Welcome back, everyone. My name is Adam Aroca. I am the Managing Director of Cavendish Group, and I welcome you all to a tremendous day two today of the second Future Energy Systems event. We had a storming day yesterday. We covered so much ground, but in such a brilliant way. Fantastic speakers, equally as fantastic today. And I'm very excited about what's going to be happening over the sort of coming few hours with some of the panel discussions we've got as well. Just a couple of housekeeping rules or housekeeping points for anyone that's tuned in or that will tune in. Do use the chat box because we've got fantastic moderators, we've got brilliant speakers, and we want to make sure that we pick their brains. So when you get the chance, just chat into the chat box. Ask what you want. I think there's a real good openness about this area, about this industry. So please do use that. And equally, please do also go and see the wonderful companies that we've got on the fantastic virtual reality exhibition floors. So that's really, really fantastic, especially some of the companies we had represented yesterday and today. So, right, we are now going to be introducing day two. I am delighted, and I mean delighted, to be joined by Alejandro Macho Aroca, who's the GEM Digital Strategy for Iberdrola. So welcome, Alejandro. How are you doing?
Thank you, Alan, and thank you for inviting me today.
No,
I'm,
I'm
I'm
very honored
looking
to have you.
very good.
Yeah, I'm very
Go ahead.
honored to have you here, Alejandro, because I've seen you do so much work in Iberdrola, fantastic work on the digital side in particular. So, um, well, let's sort of let me ask you a couple of things because yesterday we talked a lot about the correlation between digital and decarbonisation and data. So, where do you see digitalization making the most impact for utilities?
Well, thanks for the question. And this is a question we try to ask ourselves a lot when we plan our next steps in digitalization. So we can understand how existing and upcoming digital tools can let us be more efficient or do new things that we couldn't do before.
Mm,
Digitalization has a great impact in making better decisions. It has us to really focus on what adds value to a company and to our
mm.
clients and how to serve our clients in a better way at the end of the day. So, in order to achieve that, we believe that there are three key streamlines where digitalization can make a huge impact. The first one would be data governance and advanced analytics. Uh, Utilities have a huge amount of data, and we can use this data to forecast more accurately and decide using better insights. And in this area, artificial intelligence and advanced analytics are essential to unlock all this potential and to take advantage of that important resource that is data. And not
Mm,
only technology, but methodologies and new ways of working. This is a key aspect where digitalization is making an important impact too. The
mm,
second streamline would be automation. Uh, because being able to automate processes that adds not extra value let our people focus on more important and valuable tasks. This way we can not only get better results where it matters, for example avoiding mistakes, but also we adapt better to this changing scenario because our people can dedicate their time both core and improvement activities. And the last streamline would be um, putting our client first with customized experiences. Digitalization is an
mm.
enabler that let us to provide more personalized services to our clients, offering them new and more flexible options. And in this area, we use data, we present information faster, and let our clients choose between different options. In summary, we can be closer to them, and we can offer them new ways to interact and to participate within their energy habits.
That's a very interesting answer, Alejandro, because we had a couple of panels today, yesterday, where some of the speakers were talking about how the consumers now will become their own energy managers, and that's a very interesting point. So they're going to use technology. In particular, you mentioned just now some of the other applications. AI was a big thing that was talked about yesterday on the final panel. We had some people like Microsoft and sort of UK Power talking about it. Now, it's it was mentioned that no one likes the word AI anymore because it's used so much. but with the future of obviously energy systems becoming, it's going to be more integrated, more connected, as we know. How do you see AI playing a key role in this area?
Yeah, well, as you said, AI is everywhere right now. Uh,
Mm,
this global scene is evolving at a fast pace, so distributed generation, more and more energy consumption, future and present disruptors like direct reliable, new generating system like solar plus batteries, and so on, makes the
mm,
situation more and more complex every day. So being more integrated and connected means new possibilities, but also new
mm,
challenges in how we can take advantage of these new potentials and how we can keep an efficient operation. So artificial intelligence allows us just to adapt our responses faster to this new situation, and we can be part of this new complex environment using that. So
mm,
artificial intelligence help us using all this data we were talking in the previous question. Um, we can optimize some situation that depends on a huge number of variables, and in top of that, those variables and assumptions can change at any moment. So
mm,
this technology can be used to create final products for clients, but also, as we do in global energy management, uh, to understand better this new market situation in a very complex scenario, and to build tools that we think that they will adapt in the coming days. So we are not just building tools for today. Artificial
mm.
intelligence will let us to create tools for today, but also for tomorrow. So, and in summary, we believe artificial intelligence is a key tool when analyzing integrate circumstances, huge amount of data, and adapting our system and processes faster. And to finalize my answer, I would like to say also that artificial intelligence is just one of those technologies that should be converging with others, building complete solutions to take advantage of the full potential that we can achieve with them.
I completely agree with that. You've got quite a few now, haven't you? IoT is coming in quite regularly now because of the devices and the device mechanisms to control your heat. Similarly, you've got machine learning, which was talked a lot about yesterday as well. So it's going to be a whole ecosystem, isn't it, of this technology going forward. Finally, Alejandro, I think what I was talking a lot yesterday is that maybe a few years ago, people were talking about decarbonisation and technology as two very separate conversations. So they weren't really talked about together in any way. It wasn't synonymous. I think now, we see the progression of digital technology. So, how do you think digital technology and also methodologies can be an enabler for the road to net zero and obviously the road to energy transition as well?
Yeah, and that's a brilliant question because I think it is a mix of what we have been talking in the previous question. But is in this complex scenario we were talking before, the smart use of energy is key to achieve this net zero situation and a powerful and complete integration of green assets. So using technology to be more efficient, and as we discussed before, we could use artificial intelligence to accomplish this. Uh, we can automate several processes, and we can use our data to optimize short and long-term decisions. So this way, we could do a better plan for generation schedule and investments, how and when we storage green energy, and when we serve this energy to our clients. But technology also let us to enable our clients' participation, so offering real-time information, facilitating a way to interact with their own assets and consumption, showing them how to plan that energy use and how that can have a positive impact, facilitating the road to net zero. Not because they avoid consumption, but planning that consumption better and taking advantage of favorable situations to prioritize green energy consumption. Last but not least, methodologies, the culture, the digital culture, definitely make companies more agile to face all these new challenges we are already facing and those that are coming. And this is
Mm.
essential in this fast-paced environment we are working on nowadays because we need to let our people develop their ideas and use their full potential. And this is affecting and will affect our organization or hierarchy and so on, how we plan our work and how we understand value delivery, both to our clients and for meeting our net zero goals. So at the end of the day, I think digital is not just technology, it's everything, it's the way we work, is the way we think and the way we try to solve our problems. So of course, it has an important role in net zero because we want to teach and to show our clients how they can be managers of their own energy consumption. But we also need
Mm.
to change our mind to think differently and to, well, to solve problems in another way.
I think that's a brilliant answer because we all talk about technology, but we don't understand what goes on behind the technology. And I think it's people in process that come before that, and we all know that. So I think understanding that, understanding how customers will be involved in this sort of future energy way of working as well, and how this contributes to net zero goals is absolutely right. It's a brilliant way of sort of the way you articulated it, Alejandro. Alejandro, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's really an honor to open the day two with you. So I'm delighted we had this conversation, and let's hope we have some more going forward. And we speak again later on, Alejandro.
Thank you, for the invitation. Have a great day and enjoy the conference.
Thank you very much. Fantastic. Really honored to have Alejandro having that Q&A with me today. Very interesting what he said. I think it's Iberdrola, obviously one of the biggest providers in the world, covering numerous countries. And I think, having a perspective from someone like that who's working overall on the digital strategy is really key. So it's good that a lot of the points that were probably raised yesterday and will be raised today have been echoed by Alejandro, especially about the people, the process, the link between technology and decarbonisation, and sort of the overall ecosystem of how consumers will now be managing their energy supply going forward a lot more than they used to. So fantastic Q&A.